So this is a follow-up video for the first in this playlist where we learned that you are your dream, that your dream isn't separate from you. You don't have to chase your dream. Your dream exists because you exist, right? So that's awesome. We know this now. We understand that the dream is not separate from us, that it literally does not exist without us. So now, what do we do? What do we do with this information? So, one of the things that now has to happen is that we have to see where we are in alignment and where we're out of alignment with that dream, because that's the way that we're going to achieve it or attain it or have it be here now. And that can feel like you have to become this new person, right? Because when you're imagining yourself living that dream life, whatever it is, it can feel like, okay, that I'm not her. Like I'm not that person yet. And so how do we get there? And I think it's really important to understand that you don't have to become anybody else in order to achieve what you are envisioning for yourself. Because since your dream is you, since it exists because you exist, it you already have the makeup of the dream within you, right? So why isn't it happening now? Well, that's because there's outside influences, there's external influences happening. So now it's all about the programming and the systems, the inherited beliefs and patterns and things like that that were put on you, right? That are just kind of existing in the background. They're subconsciously running at this point, and it's all stuff that isn't yours. It's not yours. It's the way that you were raised. It's the environment you were raised in. It's the school that you went to. It's all these things. Who knows? It could be all of them. It could be one of them mostly. It's right. So we go through and we look at the layers and we say, okay, how do I get these layers off of me? Like, how do I reveal myself, capital S? How do I reveal myself underneath all of this shit? So, one of my favorite things to do is to future journal. I love journaling. I'm constantly journaling. So, this isn't difficult for me to do because I'm always writing anyway. But if writing isn't something that you do consistently, it could feel a little bit strange, but I would love for you to try this. Okay. You have to try it, at least try it, and then tell me how it goes. Okay. So you're going to basically get your piece of paper, get your journal, your notebook, whatever, and you're going to kind of set the space for yourself. So get yourself in a state of, I want to say, intention. Okay. Get really clear on your intention. So today, let's say for our example, we can say that I'm feeling really stuck with what I should do next for my business or for a project that I'm working on, because I just keep feeling I'm just overwhelmed and I feel like there's too many things to do and I don't know which direction I should go in. So my intention is to get really clear on what my next best step is. So that's my intention. So I'm going to sit down with my journal and I'm going to ask that only energies of the highest frequency of love, truth, and light may interact with me today. And I'm going to invite my future self here with me as I write in my notebook, as I write on the page. Please show me what my next best step is. Please show me what my next best step is. And you're just going to start writing. Do not think about this. It's like, okay, thank you, ego. I don't need you right now. Thank you, ego. I do not need you right now. I'm calling in my future self that has already done this. Thank you for being here with me. Please show me my next best step. And then you're going to write down what the next best step is, right? And sometimes she tells me to rest or go do something else or go clean or whatever. It's not what I was expecting or not what I wanted to hear, right? But honoring that part of you that is giving you this information, because the rest is so important too. And oftentimes it's going to give you that space, right? And maybe it's like she knows when you go start cleaning your house, the thing's going to drop in. the solution is going to drop in, right? Or when you go outside for a walk, it's going to make you feel so much better that you're like, I actually don't even need to be doing that right now. Then the information starts to come through that you already have. So it's such a beautiful practice. And you can ask anything. Like, you can seriously ask anything. What's my next best step? What do I need to know today? Like, what wants to channel through me? What wants to be created? What does life look like in 5 years? You can start to do that kind of stuff too, where it's like, let me get in touch with this part of myself, with this version of myself that is 5 years ahead, 1 year ahead, 10 days ahead, whatever it is, because time isn't real. It's just not real, right? So jump around. We can jump around. We just we have to believe that we can, right? It's all about belief and using your imagination and getting that ego out of the way. Get the ego out of the way. And because that's the ego is what's going to trip you up. It's going to tell you, well, one, it likes to tell us that our dreams are too delusional and too big, and we already know that's not true. So then where's the ego coming from? If we know that it's going to tell us our dreams aren't even true when we know that they are, then what is the ego? The ego is made up of everything external that has been put onto us. So we don't need the ego when we're doing stuff like this. We don't need it. Thank you, bye. Access denied when I'm doing this type of work. That's it. And so looking at the things that your future self is going to bring to your attention, it's also important to know that sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable, some of the things that you'll start to see that need to fade away or be readjusted, because that discomfort is showing you where things are out of alignment. It's like showing you where the tension is, showing you where the friction is. And so when you're doing the work to get things into alignment, if you can look at these choices and you can look at these situations from a place of, like, with no judgment and from a place of neutrality, it'll help to make the decisions easier, right? So then it's, instead of shaming yourself or feeling guilty or feeling sad or horrible, it's like, let me be really neutral about this. How can I take the emotions out and just look at this for what it is and not judge it? Now what would my choice be? What's my next move now that I've done that? It's totally different when there's no charge there, right? So trying to keep that in mind too. Do not judge yourself. Like, do not judge yourself. You don't deserve the judgment. You don't deserve the judgment, and it's not helpful. So leave it at the door. Leave it at the door. And um yeah, leave it at the door. One of the things that I like to do after I future journal is I'll make a sovereignty script. I call it a sovereignty script. And it's basically, so the difference for me between the future journaling and scripting is that the future journaling, I'm kind of just like, I'm having fun, right? I'm having a really good time. And I'll do this several times a day if I'm feeling really bogged down or like dragging. I'll do this often. There's no limit to it. It just is kind of a pick me up, right? You're tapping on a part of yourself that is awake and happy and alive and just like vivacious and all of those things that you are desiring right now. So tap into it, right? As often as you need. And I definitely do that. But so what I do after I've like played a little bit is I'll switch gears and I'll say, okay, now I'm specifically 3 months, the thing is done, writing out exactly what occurs, like exactly present tense. So, okay, thank you so much. I'm always giving gratitude because it's important. It's so high vibe, right? Thank you, God, goddess, higher self, whatever you want to thank. Thank you. My group program is sold out. It was so easy and fun to sell my program. I had the best time, and I booked in 7 soul aligned sisters, and I'm really excited. All this stuff, right? We're going specific. We're being as specific as we can. And now my days look like this. And when I wake up in the morning, I do this. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it's like, okay, now reading this every single day. So your sovereignty script is a little bit shorter, and your future journaling can just kind of go on, right? But the script is something that you're going to read back to yourself in the morning, in the night, whenever you can. I have done shorter ones that I'll loop into a meditation. I've done that before, and that's really nice. Um, but it's something that it like sticks into your head. So instead of these external patterns and the external beliefs and the sound of words of other people that aren't even, it's not even your voice in your head, we don't want to hear that anymore. Now we're hearing your own voice. We're hearing your own dream, your own stuff looping over and over again. And that's what's starting to permeate your existence. And so that's a great segue to do after you do your future journaling. So I would love to know if you do this. I would love to know if you do this. I'm going to link below a Substack that I wrote about this, and I'm going to link a private podcast that I made about energetic hygiene so that you can also start to feel when these layers of energy, it's like where's all this stuff coming from? You can start to feel into that and then clear it for yourself. So I will have that linked below as well, because it's so important for up leveling, right? And it's so important to understand when you're sloughing away external noise and energy and baggage, that how to call yourself back to you, because you are so powerful. Like, you are powerful beyond measure. It's true. It's true. Believe me, it's true. And we have to get back to this place. So I made this podcast. There's like 6 episodes in it, and it's truly just about energetic hygiene and how you can start to see the layers that don't belong to you, so that you can come back to yourself and thus get back into alignment with that dream, that big beautiful dream that you came here with. I hope that this was so helpful. So now that we know that you are the dream, and we have a practice that we can see where we're out of alignment and how to get back into alignment, the next video in this playlist is going to be about how we can use astrology to help with our motivation and our inspiration. If we're still feeling stuck, where we can look in our birth charts to be like, okay, that's where my engine is. Okay, I got it. And that makes sense to me. And now I have some clear action that I can take. So I hope to see you in the next one. And let me know if you do the future journaling, because I want to hear from you. Okay, I'll see you.